Thompson with the giveaway. Here's a chance in front. Oh, what a goal by Tage Thompson!
The goal, but it's blocked up. Tage Thompson charging. He's in past Graves. Thompson, he scores.
Skinner, Thompson in the middle, stays with it. Thompson makes a move on Larson to the net. Scores! Thompson waits for it. McDavid marking him. Thompson in front for touchdown.
This past season, we would see Tage Thompson reach another level, as he would put up 47 goals, 94 points. The man was scoring goals that can only be compared to Mario Lemieux, and Tage is a unicorn, arguably the most unique player in the league, if not NHL history. And when you consider that he had a great draft year, how in the hell did 25 teams pass on Tage Thompson? Back in 2014, the National Development Program would begin recruiting for their U17 program, a powerhouse team led by guys like Austin Matthews, Matthew Tkachuk, Clayton Keller, I can keep going, Charlie McAvoy, Christian Fischer. Yet, one player would be left off the list, Tage Thompson. In fact, Thompson was overlooked to the extent that he wouldn't even receive an invite to try out, as he would be invited to be an extra. That was until fate intervened. At the last second, a recruit would get injured. Therefore, one spot opened up, where Tage Thompson got a shot at making the team. Hell, I mean, Tage Thompson would even state in a Spittin' Chicklets interview, he was so unknown that even when he did make the camp, his name wasn't on a single roster or list. The disrespect is crazy. But in this tryout, Thompson would catch the attention of Don Granato. So much so, he would make the team as an unrecruited walk-on. That following season, because of their stacked offensive core, Tage Thompson did not receive much opportunity, as he would spend his time grinding in the bottom six. But that wasn't even the biggest hurdle, because get this, Tage Thompson that season was growing in height at an exponential rate. As soon as he would start to feel comfortable with his game, he would grow another inch, which would throw off his game entirely, because that season, Tage Thompson would go from a lanky 6'1" teenager to an even lankier 6'6". Imagine putting in the time to develop your stride, explosive first step, but every other week, your body changes so much that you need to constantly reteach yourself the basics over and over again. This did not bode well in the scouts' minds. Even though Tage was a freak of nature, scouts would mark a red flag on Thompson. Yes, the kid has great size with potential, but his skating was very worrisome. If he is struggling at the U18 level, how could Tage possibly develop his skating to the NHL pace? The kid looks like a baby giraffe fresh out of the womb. Or in Tage's words,
feeling super awkward, feel like Bambi on ice. And
the next season, Tage Thompson would enter the NCAA recruiting process, where he would make the decision to play for the University of Connecticut. Not a big program, but it's a place where he would get ample opportunity. And the man did not disappoint. 32 points in 34 games in his rookie season. Stats good enough for a top 10, if not top 5 selection. But here's the thing, Tage would score 13 of his 14 goals on the power play. So on top of shaky skating, this was enough for him to fall to pick 26 in the 2016 NHL draft. And throughout the next several years, Tage would see some NHL games, he would dominate in the minors, and then it would happen. Tage Thompson would be a main piece in the Ryan O'Reilly trade, where he would show up to Buffalo, now with big expectations, where he would struggle, because a player like Tage is considered to be a project. He's the type of player who will only develop if he has the trust and belief from a coach, because with his unicorn playing style and awkward size, the kid was going to make mistakes. So it was crucial that whatever coach he had saw the potential. But Buffalo during this time was a carousel for coaches, which would really hurt his progress. That was until 2021. The Buffalo Sabres would hire Don Granato, the man who took a chance on Tage back with the national program. This boost in confidence would lead to Thompson looking like an unreliable bottom 6 player to an NHL superstar. In his first season under Granato, Tage would go from 14 points to a 38 goal season. Unbelievable. Because what is fascinating about Tage, when players are developing at a young age, they are coached to utilize their strengths. If you're towering over other kids, you develop that power game. So if you're smaller, you develop a skill game based on quick feet, hands, etc. But because Thompson grew up as a smaller player, he would develop the skill set of a small player. Then he would hit his growth spurt, where he would become an awkward baby giraffe while he was getting used to his body. But if we look at Tage today, he has the tool set, specifically hands of a small player, in the body of a 6'7" mutant. And this past season, we would see the culmination of Tage Thompson's upside, as he would put up 47 goals, 94 points. So, let's look at some footage for perspective. This one against Tampa is a great example. Tage receives a pass from the corner in an awkward position. The D-man would assume Tage in this awkward position would have to make a pass to his D-man. However, because of his reach and soft hands, Tage would easily gain position, where he would score this beautiful goal. This is a play that can only be compared to a prime Mario Lemieux. On this next play, Jeff Skinner passes the puck to Thompson on the rush. At this point, Edmonton has the 3-on-2 advantage. Thompson would then utilize his hands to make a quick move to the slot. Because of his reach, he has now taken Darnell Nurse out of the play. He then uses his size and strength to cut to the net, and boom, easy goal. If we look back historically, players that have large wingspans due to height may have good puck protection, but their hands become useless when it comes to speed. Tage Thompson defies this rule. Because of his reach, he's able to gain distance from a defenseman in a blink of an eye. This separation is a cheat code. If his shooting lane gets taken away, he's able to make passes such as this one that are only possible because of his length. Guys this big should not be able to make plays like this, as it goes against everything defensemen are taught in terms of positioning. So then, if Thompson's talent and toolset is this special, why in the hell did 25 teams overlook him? Because what is absurd? Tage Thompson had a great draft year. 32 points as an NCAA freshman is phenomenal. So, why? Well, to me at least, it's simple. Tage Thompson, due to his growth spurt, became such a unique prospect. No scout was equipped to judge him. In the world of scouting, they are constantly looking for tendencies reminiscent to past prospects who developed into stars. So what happens when a prospect is so unique? There is no prospect or NHL player you can compare him to. I guess 25 teams pass on him, because when you consider that his growth spurt led to awkward skating, it created a shroud of mystery. And as we know, with the likes of Cale Makar, Elias Pettersson, Cole Caulfield, scouts hate mystery with a passion heading into the draft. If we looked at players who were 6'6" and above, we have John Scott. John Scott, ladies and gentlemen, at 6'5" and above, we had Blake Wheeler. Back when Blake Wheeler was drafted, he was seen as a massive project. So much so, some scouts had him ranked in the 2nd round, only for Phoenix to take a chance at number 5. And when it comes to projects who may have big upside, yes, if they play in the NCAA, then you have to worry, will they stay with the organization? And as we know, Blake Wheeler would not. And Tage Thompson was also a project. And because of his late development curve, we have not seen peak Tage Thompson. So if he's able to gain strength and continue to build upon his game, we are talking about a 60-goal, 120-point player who makes $7.1 million until 2030. This is how you win a championship. And when you consider that Buffalo has Darlene, Owen Power, Dylan Cousins, they just acquired a 6'6" Jordan Greenway, man, this team is going to be scary. And I am positive that teams passing on Tage Thompson will undoubtedly cause more teams to take chances on unicorn players. If a player has size combined with elite skill, seriously, how can you stop them? Maybe Big Z or Dustin Byfuglien comes out of retirement. Maybe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The guaranteed Connor McDavid pack is now in stores, where you're chasing this bad boy. Go check it out, link is down below. And as always, thanks for watching. I like to think that the Buffalo Sabres hired this man solely for this one interview.